Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let's see here. Get back on chat. Okay, live now on YouTube. Should be good on. Let's see here. Yeah? Cool. YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I think we're good to go. Here we go. All right. If you're in chat, say hello. If not, that's totally fine. So yeah, this is being recorded anyway. So if you're in here watching, welcome. All right, cool. I see some people are in here. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. So again, I've dedicated myself to streaming every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to try to do that as consistently as possible because that's one of the things I've learned in my career. It's not much about like how much awards you receive, how much money you receive, how much praises. It's a never-ending marathon that can you stay consistent? And that's one of the things I need to work on this year. Consistency and always showing up. So here I am, week 2 of this stream coming back. And I hope y'all are having a great Friday and your week went well. All right. So if you're in the chat, say hello and yeah, we'll get started. So what we were doing today is I'm going to talk about a little bit about, I don't like to call it user experience. I like to call it human experience because we're not users. We're not numbers. We're not ID numbers in a spreadsheet or a database. We are humans with souls, emotions, stories, family, friends. We are humans at the end of the day. And when it comes to the digital world, we tend to forget that because we're all behind screens. We're all like, we can be anonymous. We can filter what we want to read, what we want to publish. So yeah, it's trying to be as human as possible. And we're going to talk about human experience in the real world, but also how we can translate that into our work and for our current and future clients. All right. So first person in the door, Sylvan, welcome. And yeah, hope all is well with you. Hopefully you had a great week and you're heading off into the weekend strong and feeling productive, and you're going to get that rest over the weekend. Right? That's what I hope for you. All right. So I'm just going to get right into it. And as I'm going through today's topic of human experience, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Talk about the human experiences and how we can... ADHD. My camera keeps shaking. There we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about human experiences and how we can translate that into our work. And then I'm going to show you what I've learned about Webflow Component Variants, because when it was first announced, I was so confused. But then when I finished a client project and I used Component Variants, I was like, yo, this is great. I understand it. It's like seeing the Matrix for the first time. Like, what? It makes sense. So I'm totally using it for all of my clients going forward, and it's something that I've wanted for a long time. So yeah, component variants are pretty cool. And then at the end, if you have any further questions or you want to see me build something real quick, if there's time, I'll answer them or I'll do a live demo. You just let me know what you want to see. All right. So thank you all so much for being here. If you're in the chat or not, I appreciate you all. So the topic. Oh, Yassi's here. Welcome. All right. So the topic is human experiences. So let me get my notes here real quick. Uh, so it's not user experience, it's human experience. And we experience human interactions every day, whether it be on digital or in physical things or with people in person. And I'll give you some examples of some bad experiences. Simplest one is what I still really like to call it's if you look it up, called Norman doors. So doors that you know how to open and close without even thinking about it. You know, have you ever went to a door and then you pulled, and next thing you know, it doesn't open because the sign on the handle says, oh, it's supposed to be a push. So the door handle says push, but then you're pulling, and vice versa. You're trying to push something, but then the door doesn't open, and the label says pull. Like, so why does that happen? Well, there's a whole Vox video about it, and I'll post it in the show note in the YouTube description. But it's all about like making sure that the human experience is simple enough that you don't even have to think about it. So what I learned from that video is if a door handle is vertical, we as humans instinctively pull it. If a door handle is horizontal, we instinctively push it. Right? If there is no door handle, it's just a flat plate, what are you going to do? You instinctively push it. Well, there's these things called Norman doors where it's confusing, where both sides of a door would have a vertical handle, but yet you can only push or pull it in one direction. So if you're in the wrong direction and you're pulling a vertical handle and it doesn't open, you're like, oh crap. And then you push and you're like, okay, well, but you're not going to remember that. And so you're going to always be going the wrong direction. It's kind of like USB plugs when you put it in and you're like, oh, it doesn't work. And then you turn it over and you push it in and it doesn't work. But the third time, for some reason, it works. And that's why USB-C is so good, because no matter which way you put it into the hole, it works. So yeah. Hello, Jay. Hello, Yasi. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, that's a human experience. Another bad human experience that I had was I was out shopping, and I rarely get frustrated. I always think empathetically, but man, I went to a store, and as I'm checking out, I'm just buying one thing. As I'm checking out, you know what they do for data gathering, these retail stores. They're like, oh, do you have a phone number with us or an email address? You know, so you can sign up for our email list or something, or you get points and whatnot. At that time, I don't have an account with them. I'm like, no, I don't. So that's the first pop-up, you know, like if I'm checking out and then someone asks, oh, do you have a membership with us? That's like a pop-up window on a website. And it's like, no, I don't. So I'm clicking no, but I'm verbally saying it to this person. So this is an in-person interaction at a real physical store, right? But the parallel of it being digital. So I say, no, I don't have one. And then she asks, the cashier asks, oh, would you like to sign up? Just give me your phone number. I'm like, no, it's okay. And then she asks, oh, well, if you sign up, you can save 15% on future purchases, on your next purchase. And I'm like, no, it's all good. So that's 3 pop-ups right there. Real in-person human experience pop-up windows. I just want to buy this one t-shirt. Let me give you my money, and then we'll be on our way. But no. Do you have an account? Do you want to sign up? Are you sure? Because you'll get 15% off on your next purchase. And I have to say no 3 times. Then it's a 4th. This was weird. All right. So it was a fourth thing. She was like, well, if you don't sign up, I'm going to lose my job. What? And this is the part when I got frustrated, because that's a 4th pop-up. And I took it to a nerdy level because I was like, and I straight up said this. Do you know what pop-ups are on browsers? On when you go to websites, you have to always close them. Well, this is what it feels like right now. And so this is the fourth thing you're asking me, and I just want to buy this shirt. Can I? And, and I did the thing. I said, "Can I talk to your manager?" I said, "Can I talk to your manager?" And and the manager's like, uh, "Sir, you just need to give your phone number." I'm like, "I don't want to." And this is the part where my wife left the store because she was like, "Oh no, here we go." And I was getting frustrated. I'm like, "I don't want to sign up. I just want to buy this shirt." Sir, it's only 15. It's only just your phone number. Just give your. I'm like, "No, I don't want to." So that's human experience right there. That was like 5 or 6 pop-ups I had to go through in real life, you know. So these human experiences, they happen everywhere. And you can equate that to how it is in the digital world. Another example is if you're going through Target. I was going through Target during the holidays, and like in the aisles, they have to put all these products in the middle of the walkway to hope that you would be like, "Ooh, let me take that." And then you're trying to get, I don't know, aluminum foil. That's all you need. But as you're walking in the hall, in the walkways, there's just like there's flowers, and then there's like cookies, like stuff that you're not really there to buy. They're pop-up windows that are in your way that you physically have to maneuver around. Yeah, human experiences. But a good one is, man, I went to a while ago. Me and my family decided to splurge and went to the Disneyland California Grand Hotel, and it was such a great experience. Like, we drove to the front gate, and at the front gate there's a person there waiting, and they asked what your name is. They greeted me with a smile and said, "Hey, what's your name?" And I'm like, oh no, they said, "Welcome to the California Grand Hotel. Can I have your name, please?" He gave her my name, and then she checks me in the computer. "Okay, we have you here for 2 nights. Welcome. And here's some information." And she gives me this information like a pamphlet or something. I forgot, but she gives it to me with 2 hands like this. And okay, now my wife is saying no, it wasn't. Lol. I don't know what you're talking about now. You're watching from downstairs. Anyways, it was like 2 hands. And immediately I was like, "That's different. I like that." And me and my wife were like, "Wow, that was nice." And then the bell person, the person who takes your luggage and everything, they help, and they don't just take your bags out of the car. They're like, "How are you doing? How's the drive? Oh, I see your daughter's here. Is this her first time?" Like, they're like connecting on a human level. And I was like, man, I feel really, really good. And it's that constant feeling, like that was the Disney magic of like these people connecting with us on a human level. And when they talk to our daughter, they don't just talk down and looking down at her. There's times when cast members, they don't call them employees at Disney, they call them cast members. There's times when they get down on a knee to look at them at eye level, at the children at eye level, to be on their level and talk to them. And it's those little things that makes the magic really, really good. Oh yeah, there's times when like you're going around Disneyland and they see you have a kid and they're like, "Oh, does your kid want a sticker?" And they just give her a Mickey Mouse sticker or something like that. And it's like, "Oh, that's nice." Just these little human interactions that make the magic so good. Um, and another thing that I learned that my wife told me was that Disney cast members they are not allowed to answer a question with "I don't know." Instead, they're instructed to say, "Let me help find someone to help us both get the answer you're looking for." And that switch of words and that point of view, like that, it makes a huge difference. So if you're in chat right now, would love to know like what really bad or really good human experiences have you had that like this just is stuck in your head? Would love to read about it in chat. And while I'm waiting for that, um, this is the whole human experience, how it connects to the online and the client world, the world of graphic web and web design and web development. Uh, it's all about connecting with people on a human level. Um, and for me and my wife, I'm gonna share this real quick. It all it all starts with a portfolio site. It all starts with your personal brand. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Cool, right there. So there we go. So yeah, this is our website, thatonecouple.com. And immediately we're giving a human vibe. You know, yes, we're digital, we work on computers, but we're humans first, rather than like doing churn and burn work like, hey, just give us your money and we'll do work and that's it. No, we want to connect with people on a human level. And that's why we decided to have a custom photo shoot. And as people keep asking, is this your house? No, it's not our house. This was a studio, like a studio you can rent that was already furnished like this. So, yeah. But it all starts with this first handshake. And when people are coming to your portfolio site, don't hide behind your name or a title in your work. Show who you are first. Be a human. That way you can work with humans. And to me, that's more fun than just being told, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? And so connecting on a human level. And then when we get to our first call, here we go. Thank you, Daniel. There we go. Love your couple website. Thank you so much. Really like your site. Has a lot of character. Yeah, the branding was done by my wife. Super awesome. And I was, again, while we're building it, during the photo shoot, she said, hey, let's buy a bucket of chicken at Jollibee, which is a Filipino company. And I'm like, why? And she's like, why not? Let's celebrate our Filipino-ness. And I'm like, okay. And again, this is the human side of it. You know, how many people on their portfolio sites have a bucket of chicken? So, yeah, talking about has a lot of character. Yeah, this is my wife's idea. But, yeah, let me get back to it. So after, if someone gets through that natural filter of like, okay, this is a weird site, I don't want to work with these people, or there's people who are like, I like their style, I want to work with them, then they fill out our qualifying form. And that first real human interaction is that call. And we try to do that Disney magic of connecting with people on a human level. So instead of like getting straight to business right on the first call, you get on a Google Meet or a Zoom call, it's not, all right, let's talk about your project. I look for things in the background of of their home office or whatever's in the background. Like for me, I have like Daft Punk here. My wife has this balloon dog animal sculpture. You have a Lego roller skate. And so I look for things in the background, and if they have something in common with me, for like, oh, you like Lego too? Like, cool. What Lego sets do you have? If I see toys in the background, I would comment on them. If I see books in the background, I'll comment on those. Like, oh, what books do you like to read? And if there's nothing very interesting in the background, maybe something with their lighting, if they have different color lighting, like, oh, why that color? Why do you like that kind of color in your office? Or then if nothing, then you just um default to where are you from, what's the weather like, what time is it there. Connecting with people on a human level before even talking about any work, that shows a lot. Let's see here. Eli's asking, how long were you upside down until the photo proof shelves? Nah, it wasn't too long. I mean, the photographer was really, really fast. So I was chilling. It was fun. And Daniel, we often forget how powerful custom photos can be. I wish you Epic. Thank you so much. We have a couple of Epic projects now and feeling very grateful about them. So yeah, y'all invest in a photo shoot. Don't AI this stuff. Don't AI a headshot. Be human, be real. Sylvan, in process of rebranding myself. Yeah. And this is part of the brand. Like, each interaction is your brand. And so we're in the first call, and we're connecting on a human level. And then after that is done, we segue into what do you need done, and then we just do that whole, like, okay, we're going to ask questions about your project. What do you really need help with? What's your budget? What's your deadline? And just continually asking questions as if we're a doctor trying to diagnose where the real issues are, and why do you need a site on Webflow? Why do you need why is it this budget? Why what's the main pain point of maintaining your site? And just continually asking why, and making sure we come up with a great solution when it comes to the proposal. And so oh yeah, there's my wife saying, yeah, photo shoots are supposed to be fun and silly. Bring a friend with you so they can make fun of you. I think that's what she's trying to say. But make you feel comfy and make you laugh. Yep, exactly. So yeah, that's how we try to do our first client calls. Get on a human level. If you're able to land the gig, that's when your brand your human experience brand needs to keep going. And so for me personally, what I like to do is, when I'm given a task, when I'm done with that task, I explain what I've done, how I've done it using a screen recorder like loom.com. So that way, it's not just a Slack message or an email back saying, okay, the task is done. No, it's done, and here's how I did it. Is this approved? And I'm speaking while I'm doing that screen recording, because again, I want to connect with our clients on a human level. And so if there's any questions, rather than like, okay, it's done, but then if the client comes back and it's like, oh, well, I kind of wanted it done in this way, because they're trying to fill in the gaps of like, why did Nelson do it this way when I was expecting it this way? But if I have a screen recording of explaining my thought process, then there's no question of like, why did Nelson do it this way? And if it was done the wrong way, then they'll understand why, and they'll be able to give me more better feedback rather than going back and forth asking why to each other. So going above and beyond just a little bit, it doesn't take long to record a video and explain what you've done for a certain task. Also, when you're doing things, it's okay to suggest a different type size or a different color or layout solutions or even animations or something, because you gotta think, after I'm done building this, how is my clients, future humans who come to their website, how are they going to react to it? Does it look cohesive? Does it help the brand? Does it help the message that our client is trying to come out with? Let me help them by suggesting things. And that's you going above and beyond, not just, oh, I'm a robot and I'm just going to do exactly what you say and I'm not going to question it at all. Right? So yeah, exactly. Human touch is key. As I'm saying over and over and over, human level, human connections, human interactions. This is the human experience. And lastly, I want to say, for the human experience, like, while you're building a site in whichever platform, build it in a way that's easy enough for someone without much web development experience can easily maintain it. So this starts from the way you set up your variables, the name of variables, to your class names, to your pages, your collections, your database. Like, everything needs to be super, not detailed, but like, think about it from a non-technical point of view. Can my client maintain it on their own? Because say, you want to take a holiday for a whole month or something. Can you confidently tell your client that, hey, I'm taking a whole month off with my family. We're going to go on a trip for a holiday. Can you confidently ask them to maintain the site on their own? Would they be confident enough to do that? You want to make that happen because you don't want to be working all the time. You want to take these holidays, right? So yeah, every part of the build should be easy to understand. So example, div block 325 as a class name does not make sense. Crazy animations and interactions that are hard to update does not make sense. So and in the long run, if it's easy for your client to understand how to maintain a site, even if they still need just a little bit of help to maintain the site, it'll be easier for you in the long run to make those changes really quick. Like, if a client is like, hey, can you put a banner at the top real quick? I don't know how to do it. Oh yeah, I've already set that up, but let me do it for you anyway, and then make a video on how you can maintain it yourself going forward. So boom, you look like an expert, you look like a pro, and you've just saved them time. But you've set it up in the beginning to not only save yourself time, but also your clients. So yeah, which, let's see here. Chris, clients will love you much more if you question them and create discussion instead of just doing tasks as soon as possible. Exactly. So yeah, make it easy for your clients to maintain their site, which is a great segue to what we're going to be talking about today, which is component variants inside of Webflow. All right. And again, if you have any stories about human experiences in real life or in client work or digital stuff, would love to see it in chat and talk about it. Because this is not just a stream for me, this is a stream for you. And I want to keep this as a discussion type of stream rather than it's only me. No. All right. Tell Jollibees to open up in Florida and Texas. I mean, or you can fly over here. All right, friends, let's keep this going. Mm, there we go. Yeah. So Webflow Component Variants, I used it in a. Yeah, let me open up their website. I used it in this website right here, Invisible. This is my first time using it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" So the site design is very simple, and I'm so glad it's simple because it helped me understand and learn variants. But like, for example, they have this, but in different this component, this whole section in different colors, and I was able to quickly create variants for those. So, like this has different colors. Um, this section had like up to 11 different things, and so I was able to make components where they had as only as many as they needed. Um, yeah, this was different colors. So these navigation or sorry, these accordions had different colors, and so I was able to create components so they can maintain it easily and make color changes without having to use the CSS panel to style stuff. So that was amazing. So let me explain components real quick, and then we'll get into component variants. All right. So we're gonna focus on buttons. Buttons are the easiest thing to make components. All right. It's the most important thing too. So this is a button. And all it is, if I look here, it's a link block and text inside of it. That's it. This link block has a couple of different CSS properties to it. Yeah, flex, align center, some padding. And yeah, and then overflow. Yeah. It's just on and on and on. All these styles, right? The old way, the old way of creating a different button style is to like see right here how this template has all these combo classes. So I want this to be a white outline. So yeah, so now it's different. No, I want this to be gray, or I want this to be small, right? So adding components, or sorry, adding combo classes is not very easy for a client to do, because you have to tell the client, okay, go to a button, add a combo class, and you're good. You know, that's not really the easiest thing for a client to maintain. Now comes component variants. So how do we make a component? Simple enough. Right click on, say, the button, and at the very bottom right here it says create component. Click on that. And now I'm gonna type in, what's the name of the component? It's called a button. Create. All right. So now we have all of this, and we're gonna go to style, and there's this new icon right here, component variants. All right. So if I click on that, we just have the base. This is the primary style. Now let's change this to small, okay? So I'm going to press the plus, small button, right? And now that I've added this, there's a new small button. It's not really a class name, it's just small button component variant, right? Now here, it's kind of like duplicating this class name, but not. So if I change this, let's make this small. Let's change some stuff, like make it. Oh, that's too small. How can we make it smaller? Okay, I can change the padding to be, let's say, 8 on the top and bottom, and then 12. Yeah, we can make this smaller. Let's say 9. Okay, there we go. So we've changed the font size, and we've changed the spacing. And so now if I click on this and go to base, it's back to the primary type of style, the base style, and this one is the small one. All right. but we didn't have to add a class name, a combo class, whenever we say, you know what, I want the small button. So this is how it looks like for developers. But for say your clients, they would see this. Oh, I'm on the build mode. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Oh yeah, okay. For your clients, they would see this. So if I click on the button, I can either choose the base or the small, right? So watch what happens when I change it. Base, small. There's no CSS, so they can't control the CSS. They can only control the variant. So I think that's pretty cool, right? And if I need to edit it more, I can just click on the wrench, and I can create even more variants. And yeah, that'll be on my way. But however, it gets kind of confusing because let's go here to base. So this base, now let me go down to tablet, and for tablet, let's just make this just a little bit smaller, like say 12 on the top and bottom, and 24 on the sides for padding, right? And so now we have breakpoints for this button. Okay. And so if I go here to the small button and then I go to tablet, now look. It's back to being big, but the font size is small. So the base component variant is going to dictate the breakpoint styles for all of its variants. And so if I'm on tablet and I go to small, I have to change what the small looks like. So what did we have on desktop for small? We had 8, 8, and 12 on all sides. So if I go to tablet, 8, 8, if I go base. Wait, was I saying was? Wait, am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. Now I'm even more confused about why I was wrong. Or beauty of live streams. All right, so let me try to change something real quick for the base. Okay, so it's 12, 12. Oh, it doesn't change. I was wrong. So let me go down to mobile and make a change here on just the small. And let's go even smaller. 4 and 10. If I go to tablet, it's back to 8 and 12. 8 and 12 on desktop. If I go to base, it's 16 and 28. Okay. But if I go to small, okay. So yeah, the font changed as well. Let me go here on base. So the base is 11 and the small is 9. So if I go tablet, the base is still 11, small is 9. So yeah, that's fine. It's working. Yeah. So what I've learned when I was doing the invisible website is that each variant also can have their own breakpoints. And another thing I found out is, how is this all possible? Is it magic? Like, how is these variants working? Well, it's not magic. If you right click, like say if I choose small button, I right click and I unlink instance, look what happens. It's just doing that. Webflow is just adding combo classes to these base styles. So whatever you call them, in the variants is basically just that combo class. So you're just adding combo classes to it. So it's a way to make the UI a little bit easier for your clients and yourself when you're making the same type of component everywhere. So it's not magic, it's combo classes. So if I undo that and I change the variant to base and then I unlink it, it's just button. But say I do small button. Yeah, if I do small button here, nothing happens. But if I undo that and then undo that, and then I choose a different variant to small button, it's like a hidden class name. I don't know. Again, I don't make software. I don't know how it works, but like it makes sense. You're just adding a class name. Question from Chris. It or it will affect the other variants if it's a property that hasn't been overridden on the variant. Overridden. Ah, okay. Yeah. So this is what I learned from variants. So that's the first part. Second thing I learned with variants is that you can affect child elements, not just the element that you're selected on. So, for example, what if this card right here, this services card, what if we want it to be dark mode? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll create a component on this card. We'll call it a card. And we're going to style. And so we have our base card, but let's create a dark mode. Okay, so now we have a dark mode, and let's change many things around, not just the base of it, but like all the child ones. So this one, let's go ahead and make it dark. And now we can't see this type right here. So this type right here, I'm going to set it to white. This one should be set to white. And then this one, we're going to set, oh my God, it's a lot of combo classes. So this is an old clonable. So it wasn't meant for components at all. FYI. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. Schedule call. All right, so we have dark mode, right? If I go base, everything's back to normal. Go like that. So that's cool that you can affect child elements within a component variant. So that makes things much easier. So if we're a client, like, let me delete these real quick. Okay, cool. So we have card circle. No, card hover. No, let's just there. Just so we have this grid of 3 columns, right? I can easily go duplicate, and then I can say, okay, just the middle card, I want it for some reason to be different, but the same, but different. So there you go. I want this to be eye-catching, the middle one, for some reason. Then, boom, dark mode. So I didn't have to add combo classes. I didn't have to yeah, the combo classes is just the biggest thing. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Yasi, can we make a variant from a variant? Like, you have two different sizes and 2 different colors. Do we need to make small, big? Yeah, you can make multiple variants. Like, for instance, for this card, I can add another one, like off-white or something like that, right? And this one's just more subtle, where the background is is like that. And we'll make this button like dark and white, And there we go. So now we have 3 different kinds. And so let's go here. This one will be base, this one will be off-white, and this one will be dark. Boom. That quick. Yeah. I don't know what's the max number of variants. I haven't tried. But again, what you're doing, you're just adding combo classes without adding combo classes. Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question, Yasi. Yeah. So that's component variants in a nutshell. Really simple. Just create a component and then start making variants. So that way, you know, either you or your client can easily make changes to the component style. And then in the components, you also want to make sure that all of the elements, like for instance, like say each icon needs to be different. So I would go here and press this little purple dot and create a new property. And that'll just be the image. And then for the text, I would create a new text property, create a new property. And then even this button needs a link and the button label. So that way, when I set up all those properties, look at these cards now. Instead of having to change them in like this type of way, where I have to go here and then I have to change the image, it's all in one panel right here, where I can replace the image of the icon, replace the text, hello to Chris, and then component variables are pretty nifty. So I can make changes to the content, but it doesn't ruin the other component instances. And then even if I need to change the variant, the CSS is changing, which what we've learned is just combo classes. But yeah, makes it much more simple. So that's component variants explained. And hopefully that makes sense. And if you have any other questions, happy to answer them. And even if there's questions just outside of this topic, or you have, again, a human connection story, I would love to see it in chat. Or if you want me to build something real quick, I'll see if I can speed build. But yeah, so that's fun. And that's what I learned from my previous client work. Yeah. Yeah, Tom, Adam, just saw that you're locked in to learn more about variants. Hopefully that helped you and like it demystifies it. But yeah, if you want me to build something else in a component, if you have another scenario, I'd like to hear it. Right. And if you have any suggestions for a future stream, I'd like to hear those too. One of the things I'd like to go back to is using my Lego bricks. I think next week I want to talk about parent-child relationships with elements, especially for Flexbox. Okay, we got a question here from Marine from Texas, who's in Florida. I always have to say that about you. Have you played around with React on Webflow? Dude, React, I haven't got into that. I've only done React once and I had to use ChatGPT. I kind of understand it, but yeah, I haven't done React on Webflow. There's just so many things on Webflow that's coming out really, really fast. That's like, there's just too many things I need to learn, which is a good and bad thing. I should learn React, but man, I should learn to be a better streamer. I should learn Rive. I should learn Spline. I should learn all these things, but there's not enough time. And then I got to learn how to be a better parent every day, right? So, have I played around with React on Webflow? The answer to that, short answer, no. No, I have not. But I did play around with it inside of Framer, and it was their a previous client's careers page. If I go careers, let's see here. Share this tab. So this was my last project with V7, but I helped write. Nope. Where did I? There it is. This is my work right here. So they have a job board coming from ashbyhq.com. It's a job careers platform. And so I learned with React how to put that number 6. Yay, that's me. Like how to have a dynamic number coming from a JSON feed of open roles from Ashby. And then I learned how to make filters. So this was mine too, how to make filters. I straight up asked ChatGPT in React, but for Framer, how do I make filters in tabs? Because Framer doesn't have a tabs component. And then I tried to like follow a YouTube video and I was like confused. And I was like, I just need to get this done. And so this was me right here. And then also how to filter data. So this was my first and only... oh, it's not working now. It probably... oh no. Don't tell them. Okay, it's working now. So this is my first and only React thing, and I'm so glad it went well. But yep, that works. When you click on apply, it works, and it looks nice. Their design team is so next level. Their whole website is so clean. They moved off of Webflow to go to Framer, and yeah. It made sense because they had a lot of great designers, and you can't put multiple designers inside of Webflow, whereas Framer, you can have multiple people inside of one project, and it's mainly a design type of web design platform. It's not much... you can make it developer friendly, but it's more for designers. And the fact that you can collab with multiple designers on one page, because it's more of a React platform, whereas Webflow is more of a HTML, CSS with the standards of web development. Yeah, it's two different flavors, and they chose to leave Webflow for Framer, and it's like, yeah, makes sense. But man, their work is so clean. Marine says, was it start with React and parenting, you'll be good. Okay, I'll get into React more. I need to find time. Yeah. So we have a couple more minutes left on this stream. Appreciate you all who are in the stream right now. There's a lot of you, so if you're watching on Twitter or LinkedIn, thank you so much. And for the people in the chat room and in YouTube, yeah, y'all are wonderful. Marine says, I fallen in love with white, black, and gray clean space. Yeah, it's very zen. Like, let me go back to their homepage. It's very zen. Like, look at that. Like, this is just so... these are one of the sites that is so clean that makes me want to flip my table, because I'm like... because like everyone is going for like super dark and loud and like I want to be in your face, I want to market to you, I want you to press that button. It's kind of like a Mr. Beast video, like, hey, what is up, guys, click subscribe. No, this one is like very chill, like, hey, this is our hero copy and here's 2 buttons, and then we're gonna do a little peek of our product, but we're not gonna force you to scroll down. But if you're kind of interested, scroll down. So you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna watch this, and it's like, Huh. And then this is not AI. This is they hired a real team. So this is a big company. Um and I don't expect everyone to do this, but like they had a real video production day to do all this. And then like this I mean, look how clean this is. Again, it makes me want to flip my table. Their design team is so good. Look at the hovers. Like, come on. Come on. It's a breath of fresh air in a very loud space. Oh, look at that pop up at the bottom. Here, let me. Oh, come on. It feels like an iPad, Feels like Apple. I can go through this for the rest of the stream if you want, but v7labs.com if you want to study it, steal designs from it, because, that's what we all do. But, and look at these tabs right here. Oh, and that dot that just follows you? Come on. And see, custom photo shoots? Like, this is not AI? Come on. Yeah. Much love to the V7 Labs team. I don't know if they'll ever watch this stream, but like, y'all are wonderful. And they were so fun to work with. They were so chill. Yeah, even this dark mode, like, it just... Alright. Clean! Ah! Love those micro interactions. Me too. Me too, right? But yeah, all right, it's the end of the hour. What did you say, Jay? Coding is hard, not for everyone either. Be the best possible for your clients and for your family, which definitely comes first. But those are some great words to end off with. Thank you, Jay. It's not about if you can code things, you can animate things. At the end of the day, yeah, it's not even about awards. It's about being the best you for your clients, for your family. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about how can you serve others and serve yourself mentally, keep yourself healthy, and provide for your family. Yeah. So thank you, Jay. Always appreciate you. Yeah, so I'll be back next Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I say that all the time, and I really mean it, because you are all wonderful humans. You all matter so much to me. You help me through these good times and bad, and like, all you're being real humans, and I appreciate that I can spend time with you all. So I will see you next week if you're available. If not, then whenever you're available. But have a great weekend. Please rest and go outside, right? Take in some sunshine if you can, and be with family, right? Take care. And as always, thanks for making the web beautiful together. See ya.